Welcome to release question 14 for the geometry CST questions. It says, which of the following facts would be sufficient to prove that triangles ABC and DBE are similar? So here's triangle ABC, it's the big triangle, and triangle DBE is this smaller one. And to me it looks like they definitely have this angle in common right here. Angle B is shared by both of those triangles. Alright, so for similarity though, we're talking about similar triangles. We had three theorems, postulates that we were talking about with similarity. Side, side, side similarity was one. A second was side, angle, side similarity. And a third was angle, angle similarity. Remember with similarity, all angles have to be congruent and all sides have to be proportional. So let's see which one's going to work out. I'm going to use green now just to keep this separate from these new things. So I'm going to say the green stuff is the new stuff, and let's just go one at a time and see if the green things I'm adding to the picture would be enough to use one of these three things. So CE is congruent to BE. Is that enough to prove that? So I would have a side, an angle, but I wouldn't know enough about this side or this side to prove that. So I'm looking at that, I'm going to say no, it's not that one. So let's check out choice B now. ACE is a right angle. If that were true, I could add this to the picture, and if that's a right angle, does that mean this one is necessarily a right angle? Well, no, I could have this going on a more of a slant like that. It would still be a segment connecting 2 points on these opposite sides. Doesn't prove that the triangles are similar based on that. So I would say not. Choice B as well. Let's check out choice C now. AC and DE are parallel. So if that was true, if this was parallel to this, that would mean that corresponding angles would have to match up. That would mean that this one and this one would have to match up, and so would this one and this one. So to me, I see angle, 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 and angle, angle, angle matching up. As long as you have two angles matching up, that means the third one has to match up as well. Angle, angle is what I see here. So that one looks like choice C is the correct answer. Let's check out choice D though, just to make sure that we didn't make a silly error in our work there. So choice D, always a good thing to do when you're taking a test, if you have the time for it, to check your answers and to check all the options. If A and B are congruent, this angle is congruent to this angle. That doesn't really mean much. This means this would be an isosceles triangle, but again, DE could be on a slant and it wouldn't have to be parallel to this part here. So that's clearly not enough to prove that the triangles are similar. So based on angle, angle, since all the angles matched up here with all the angles here in choice C when we did that one, choice C is the correct response.